Hi, this is Kane Hodder, Victor Crowley, Jason from Friday the 13th. You're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.
All right, we're back, and we're joined by former Misfits frontman Michael Graves, and I welcome you to Without Your Head.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely. So how you doing tonight? I know you're a busy man.
I'm doing good. I'm at home in New Jersey, trying to adjust to the time change. Just getting back from Europe.
Right.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, let everybody know I just came back from a tour of Europe, and I guess you're going on a tour to South America pretty soon.
Yeah, next week I leave for South America. I'm playing in Panama, and El Salvador, and San Jose, and now Mexico.
That's pretty cool. You can check out your website at michaelgraves.com. We'll have that right up on the site so you can click on it.
Cool.
Check all the dates. You're on tour with Marky Ramone and friends. How did the tour go?
Tour was fantastic. Got to play a bunch of places I've never been to over in Europe. We played in Macedonia, Bulgaria, Croatia. It was great. The shows were fantastic. The tour concluded in Athens, Greece. We were there Saturday, and when the riots first broke out over there, and we went through 2 nights of literal anarchy in the streets.
Yeah,
man.
What is it like knowing that you got fans all over the world?
Yeah, that was one of the most special things about this tour. To me, it's completely humbling, and it's always amazing especially to be on almost the complete opposite side of the world, and for a lot of these kids to know who I am, and they want my autograph. They want to take pictures of me. It's insane. It's very humbling. It's wonderful.
Are the fans any different, in different parts of the country? Do they react differently when you're in concert?
Well, yeah, sure. Again, over in Eastern Europe, a lot of these places like Croatia, Serbia, we played in Bucharest. Communism fell in 1989. They went through big, cultural transformations from 1989 and through. And before that, rock and roll was literally, outlawed. Nobody could listen to it, and not anyone had any access like that to Western music. And since then, the past 18 years, it's started to make its way into the culture. So bands like Ramones and Misfits and Dead Kennedys and NoFX and all the hardcore bands are new to these kids, and there's such a raw enthusiasm for it that you don't necessarily see in the States, because obviously we've had it for so long. Mm-hmm. So these kids really are in tune to the music, and it shows when you play for them.
That's cool. We got a caller here on the line. Do you have a question for Michael, and who are you?
This is Tommy doing from the chat room.
All right, Tommy, how you doing?
What's up?
Good. What's up, Michael? I just wanted to say first off a couple of things. I'm a huge fan of the Misfits. I really like the Graves era, which is excellent.
Thanks.
And my question to you, I actually got 2. My first one is, how does it feel to be touring with Marky Ramone?
It's a dream come true, actually. I was certainly a Ramones fan ever since I was a little kid. They were one of my favorite bands ever, and I was always just mesmerized by Joey Ramone and his voice. I had the opportunity to meet him and hang out with him and work with him while I was in the Misfits. And for now to be standing where, in the middle there with Marky playing drums, and the opportunity to help Marky carry on this legacy is an incredible experience for me, and something that I take very seriously. So it's great.
Yep. And my second question would be, I've been reading up online and whatnot that right after you left the Misfits, that tons of stuff, happened behind the lines, that Jerry, all of a sudden Jerry didn't get along with Doyle or Chud. And my question is there going to be a possible reunion with you and Jerry?
Probably not. Probably not. It's one of the tragic things about the Misfits is that it's gotten so completely undone between myself and Jerry and myself and Doyle and myself and Chud and likewise for everybody else that the road back is a long one. And it's especially tragic because the fans, especially the younger fans who are just getting into the band, not having the opportunity, the chance to see us play together, and people hear so much more about the drama and the bad things that happen with my time in that band, and they do the good things, and it's just tragic. Those guys are lost.
And I had a quick, not comment, but kind of another question. But, a friend of mine actually told me that the first time when you left the Misfits for a short time in '98, that you were the brief lead singer for White Zombie right after Rob left. Is that true?
No, that would have been awesome, but no, that's not true. I wish. That's actually That's actually a better rumor than the ice hockey thing, that I left the band to play ice hockey. Did you ever hear that one?
I heard that one, actually.
That was one of the rumors.
But I actually heard that when bands such as Ramones or the Misfits, when you guys went down to South America, that you were extremely, extremely popular.
Yes, very much so. Both the Misfits and the Ramones are still remain very, very popular down south. Indeed. That's true.
Thanks for calling in, Tommy.
You're welcome, and Graves, keep on rocking with Marky Ramone.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem. And if anybody doesn't know, you've got a solo CD out right now, Veretta Park, Illusions Live. Why did you decide to put out a live album?
I wanted to capture the essence of the live acoustic show. It's obviously such a different atmosphere than having a full band. These shows really developed into something that was unique and special, not only for myself, but for all the fans that were coming to see it. And I really just wanted to capture that on CD, and I think I did.
I read in a recent interview you did that Veretta Park is a reference to Nirvana, that you're a fan of Kurt Cobain. Was there any song on there or that you've done in the past you would have liked to have done with Cobain?
Wow. Any song that Kurt would have been interested in playing, it would have been my honor and privilege to jam with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I also got to let everybody know that you actually got I think it's your acting debut, as far as I know. Perkins 14 is going to come out January 2nd. Yep. How did this come about? You getting an acting role?
I got a phone call from the director, Craig Singer, who I did a cameo in one of his first films that he did back in 1995 with the Misfits. He was doing a movie called Animal Room. It had Neil Patrick Harris and Amanda Peet. Matthew Lillard was in it. And I ran into Craig at a convention that I was doing in New Jersey, and we just kind of got to talking. And I told him if anything in the future, as far as acting roles or opportunities come up, and anything that he thinks that I might do well with, to just try to keep me in mind. And a couple of months went by, and I got a call from Craig, and he said that he was working on this film called Perkins 14, and that there was a role that he thought I might do well in. So he put me in touch with casting, and I auditioned and screen tested for the role, and they gave it to me.
You want to let everybody know, like the basic premise of the movie?
The basic premise of the movie is there's a man by the name of Ronald Perkins who abducts a bunch of people and does all sorts of experiments and stuff on them. And many years later, they're unwillingly leashed into the neighborhood by these cops after they catch Mr. Perkins, and all hell breaks loose.
And this is actually part of the it's part of the Horror Fest, 8 Films to Die For. Now the third year they're doing it.
Yeah,
you going, sir?
I was going to say that this film's special because not only is it part of the 8 Films to Die For Fest, but it was developed through a company called Massify that partnered with 8 Films to Die For to present the film for their ongoing 8 Films to Die For series. But Massify it's an online community of actors and directors and screenwriters and artists that they collaborate, and they can pitch projects, and they can promote projects that they're involved in. 14 came about through one of their online competitions that they had, where people, screenwriters, would submit their ideas, and then there were 10 finalists, and then they would vote on that eventually till they got a winner, which was the idea for Perkins 14. And then actors who were registered on Massify were able to upload audition tapes for leading roles within the film, who were also voted on. And they just did a competition for the key art for the film, and it just really puts, again, the fans and the people who are actually making the film totally in control of what gets produced and what gets made. And it's really exciting, and nothing like that has ever been done in the film industry before. So it's a pioneering project as well.
That sounds
so
pretty wild.
It's really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, I think they call it the Ghost in the Machine contest.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Oh. And plus it gives maybe somebody who would never get noticed otherwise, a chance to people see what they got to do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, exactly. It gives the quote unquote the nobody out there a shot at doing something, and it's really
I hope
exciting.
they continue that, though. That sounds like a great idea.
Well, that's the day. Yeah, if this is successful and this turns out to be something that does well, hopefully it will. This type of production model will continue. Mm-hmm. The website's massify.com, and if you go to their MySpace, they actually have some little videos up there about how they found some of the actors and whatnot. It's pretty cool. And you talked about the artwork. I don't know if you've seen the finished poster, but that came out really well. Yeah, I did. I saw the poster that won. It is kind of cool. I was voting on the one that says the kids aren't all right. And there's one of the posters that are up there. But the key art really neat. Do you like the concept of the Horror Fest where, they have a few movies playing together and everyone, you can go and see a bunch of them at the same time? Yeah, I kind of dig that. Horror movie enthusiasts are very much, they're like any other sort of enthusiast. They like to gather and talk about what they liked and what they didn't like about things and compare and contrast. So it gives the opportunity to really vet projects. Mm-hmm. Now, I assume you're a horror movie fan. Yeah, yep. Yeah. Is there any particular ones that stand out for you? I'm a big fan of The Exorcist. Uh-huh. Nice. And I saw Poltergeist at a really young age, and that movie just always stuck in my mind as one of my favorites. Have you seen Poultrygeist? Poultrygeist. Mm-hmm. That's a new trauma film. Thanksgiving movie.
It's Night of the Chicken Dead. It's one of the better Troma films if you're a fan of the Troma movies. We had Lloyd Kaufman on last week, and he was talking about it. And one of the things he talked about was bootleggers, and that he doesn't say it's a good thing for people to download their movies, but he's not totally against it. He says as long as people get to see it. Where do you stand on music? Do you think that's something that really hurts the musicians when people are downloading the music?
I think in certain cases it certainly does, but in my case, I don't mind it so much. I think for me, I have so much material that I put out there and make available to the fans, and certainly if you go to my website, you see that I package them and I charge a price for them.
Right.
When you download them, and there is, and I always believe that there'll be a major part of my fan base that's always going to pay for my music, whatever and however I release it. And then after a certain, time, it's just eventually going to get downloaded, for free and spread out that way. I think especially now, it's just an inevitable thing. So it forces, at least me, and it should force other artists to adapt to that and to be more creative and to put out more material quicker and have the turnover rate of your compositions, much faster. I think it also separates, again, hardworking artists from those who either aren't hardworking or aren't able to write or compose as quickly as others. Mm-hmm. I think eventually the internet will catch up with some of that, but it's just like back in the day when it was cassettes. You bring your cassette over to your friend's house and you copy it, and he makes a copy for his friend. It just happens in a lot faster, and I guess in a bigger sense.
Yeah.
But
I was starting to it also help people discover something they might not know about,
sure,
and eventually go and buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you enjoy doing the movie? Would you like to pursue more acting roles?
I loved it. I loved every second of it. As hard work as it is, it's something that I've always wanted to do, and it's something that I'll certainly continue doing. I'm working on a play, actually, that Craig Singer wrote here in New York City. That's eventually going to be turned into a major motion picture, and I as well plan to do another film in 2009 at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is any of your songs in this movie?
Yeah, Blackbird. There's one that I wrote called Blackbird is going to be in the movie. I recorded an acoustic version of it while I was in Bucharest, Romania, along with the other the new batch of songs that I wrote that I recorded as well in Bucharest that are on the new album.
Mm-hmm. I think you can hear that one off your MySpace too.
Yeah, I think it's up there. Also, you can go to Screaming Crow's website. I think he's got a couple up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you can listen to a couple of them off your regular website too.
Well, I'm sure by now you could download them.
I wasn't going to say. Well, I'm sure anyone who's listening to the show probably knows that already.
Don't give them any ideas. Come on.
Right, if you download it, then you like it, then go and buy the CD.
Hey, right, exactly. My record company will kill me. Yeah, let's go buy the CD.
I think, John, did you have a question?
Yeah, earlier in the interview, we know you're not a hockey player, but you have dabbled in the world of professional wrestling. How did you enjoy your days in WCW?
I had a blast. It was always lots of fun. I learned quickly, however, that any aspirations I had to be a professional wrestler quickly went out the window. Because those guys are big, man, and they're serious. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, but I didn't take it too seriously because, like I said, those guys will kill you. They would kill me.
Mm-hmm. We've interviewed Vampiro before, who I believe you were with on TV.
Yeah, Vampiro's a good friend of mine still, and I'll tell you what, it's easy to be tough when Vampiro's standing in front of you, boy.
So bring him wherever you
somewhere
go.
Else, and it's when Vamp's somewhere else, and all of a sudden you got to fend for yourself in a situation like that. It's like, uh-oh.
I think he's now like a guardian angel in Mexico.
Yeah, Vamp does lots of good work down in Mexico with the Guardian Angels, and yeah, he's down there fighting fighting the good fight.
Yeah. Did you write all your own songs on the new CD?
On the new CD, yeah, I wrote all of them. I collaborated actually with Patrick O'Kane, who plays the lead in Perkins 14. He plays Dwayne Hopper. He's an incredible Irish actor. He's also a successful writer and a really great person. And we collaborated on one of the songs that's on the new album.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had to bring this up because I also read earlier today. I was reading an interview you did, and you mentioned Gorgeous George was married to one of the Misfits. Did he meet her when he was in WCW? Because that was I think at the time she was with Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, that's exactly the time them two hooked up. Was when we were in WCW.
All right, no, we won't ask for any stories on her. We'll let everybody know, though. I guess all 8 movies you can go see during January 9th to the 15th. Does Perkins 14 then come out on its own? The week before.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know. Best thing to do, I would imagine, is to go to Massify.com or After Dark Film website.
Yeah.
Always got to put you on the spot.
Yeah. Well, I have all these dates here in front of me. Some of them don't quite match up, but definitely go out there and check it out and find it. Is there anything you'd like to tell everybody out there before I let you go?
No, I appreciate everybody's support, and I look forward to next year to continue doing what I'm doing. Also, I continue to be very much involved and passionate about the cause of the West Memphis Three. And if there's anybody out there that wants to find out about that, please go to wm3.org and check out what it's about, and do anything and everything you can to help those guys out, because they need it, especially now. Yes, the third movie is being worked on as this case comes to its conclusion.
Mm-hmm. And you can also get Damien, which I have, because I'm also interested in this, is Damien Eccles' book, which I believe you can buy off
Margaret Cho.
Yeah, there you go.
Again, if you go to wm3.org, there's definitely links to all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Well, we really appreciate you coming on tonight.
I really appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk, man. Thank you very much.
This is EJ Curse, a.k.a. EJ Curcio from the infamous Hard Rock Zombie, saying, I love WithoutYourHead.com.